Welcome back to SwitchCorner, my name is Alex and today we're taking my weekly look at my favourite digital deals across eShops covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. This one, it's any price goes. If you want the more budget, check out Thursday's under $10 edition. It's another great week though, so hit subscribe if you love the Switch, as much as we all do here. Join our growing family and let's get started. So before we do kick this off, as always, I have two winners to announce for two $10 eShop gift cards and two more to give away. Now all you need to do to enter, drop a comment down below and the winners, they'll be announced in next week's video. Then all but two games on today's list, they are at a new all-time low price, so we'll start with those matches and then get into the good stuff. So first up, Doom Eternal. This is back matching the 50% off low price, and I think this is a great price for a quality first-person shooter that easily has some of the best action out there. It's a great port though that for the majority holds up on the frame rate front, and few can match Doom's particular brand, of demon slaying and gore, especially when it comes to the metal soundtrack. I would argue it was dumb not to do a physical release of this one, honestly. That was absolutely a miss on their part, but otherwise this is going to be well worth your time. Then the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, obvious, absolutely, but I can't remember the last time I spoke about it, so I figured with a kind of Bethesda push on the eShop right now, why not give it a quick shout out. We do see this 50% off though relatively frequently, but a ton of gameplay here for you to explore, well over 100 hours, and it's an open world action RPG. It's absolutely loved. The Switch build packs in some Zelda cosmetics if you have the Zelda amiibo. They added motion controls, and yeah, you're thrown into a world where dragons have returned. Really is good stuff and well worth a look if you've never played it before. And that's the matches done. The rest of today's video, now another 12 games all at new low prices. We'll start things with Nexomon Exctinction. It's a fantastic clone of Pokemon. It's one I reviewed on the channel. You can find all my reviews from today's video in the pinned comment because I have actually covered a fair few of these ones. But think here though, basically look old school Pokemon, and that's pretty much it. On launch it had a few issues with difficulty, but that was fixed up, and while yes, I will admit it can be a little bit too close to Pokemon at times, really enjoyed its story and almost as well kind of adult sense of humour. 33% off, it's a great price, and I got a good 30 or so hours out of this one. Alright, so theme park builder fans, a classic now, Rollercoaster Tycoon 3 Complete Edition. Now there's two Rollercoaster Tycoon entries on the Switch. This is the one to go for. Adventures, it is seriously weak. Here though, build a park, manage it, customize rides, go over the top of course with roller coasters. It's addictive, it's near endless, and it packs in not only the base game, but expansions soaked and wild. Come here though to either face the challenge, of objective like base gameplay, or just have unlimited cash in what is almost a sandbox style, and yeah, go completely crazy. 50% off though, it is well worth it. If you want a similar idea but a different spin, check out Jurassic World Evolution Complete Edition. It's an incredible use of the license, honestly, where you are switching out roller coasters for tropical locations, animal breeding, and of course dinosaurs. Jeff Goldblum, for sure, his on voice work adds some credibility to the project though, and yeah, you can even jump in the jeeps and the helicopters for a little exploration. Of course though, it's complete again. That means it's got the base game as well as 3 narrative based expansions to play your way through. 50% off again, and a ton of gameplay here. While I'm on management then, as a sort, a quick one, Football Manager 2021 Touch. Name says it all here, but it's another solid entry in the series as you pick your favourite team and you just get on the pitch. Think strategy, transfers, general just, club management. You already know if this is going to be one for you, but I think 60% off is more than fair. I grew up on games like this and they are super addictive. Root Film then, I reviewed it, really enjoyed it. It's an adventure experience meets think visual novel. It's rocking 25% off, but you're working to get to the bottom of a mysterious TV production. You are the director and there's been a murder. There seems to be a link to a project from like 10 years ago, but you need to get to the bottom of it all. A lot of talking with this one, but also freedom to move between locations and investigate. You can even kind of go into battle in what's called suspect mode. Watch the review first though, it's for sure an acquired taste. So our first winner of the week then, that is Mr. Pulse, who recommended Thomas Was Alone. This is a puzzle platformer with a minimalistic visual style, and I agree it was a very good game. I think it was the Vita where I played it myself originally. Congrats though, Mr. Pulse, drop me an email to claim your code, and everyone else, there is still a second winner coming up later in the video. Alright, so the UK, EU and Australia, they definitely win this week. They have some great sales on. So for those of you in the US and Canada, wishlist any of these next like 3 that you fancy, or maybe even region hop. First though, we've got Kaze and the Wild Masks, and this one is an absolute gem that just went beyond my expectations. It's just a throwback classic 90s platformer, but it delivers across the board. You know, stunning visuals, great music, skills to experiment with, tons of levels, and the controls, they are near perfect, which is exactly what the genre demands. Highly recommended this one, and 33% off. Then Under Night In Birth and the rest of the name, incredible fighter, a 2D one with about as much depth as you could ever ask for, honestly. Now my go-to fighter normally is Blaze Blue. This quickly found a place alongside it in my collection. And then on the side of the single player, the local, the online, it contains of course an arcade, which is, you know, a minimalistic story, but also a dedicated story mode as well. This is literally a visual novel that you can just kind of chill to. It kind of sets up the arcade story, you know, it's almost the prequel moment. But yeah, it also contains then a ton of gameplay overall. They are long though, as a warning, these video moments, if that is your thing. If not, just come for the fighting. This is a steal of a price though, with 60% off, and it is a must play for fighter fans. Alright, so the final region exclusive deal and a pickup for me, so can't recommend it, maybe you'll want to join me for the ride, but that is Kowloon High School Chronicle, a hybrid RPG adventure game with first person dungeon crawling, and it does seem some heavy dialogue moments. It's actually a remaster of a 2004 release in Japan. We are treasure hunters looking for what is, you know, treasure underneath a school. Sounds like it has an air of mystery to it all though, and it's one I've wanted now for a good while. 15% off, I know it isn't a huge discount, but it, you know, wasn't the most expensive game to begin with, and my understanding of it, it's a very long game as well. Then I'll also be grabbing Alba, a wildlife adventure, completely shifting the tone of the video there, but I played a lot of like serious games recently. This seems like it will be a fun one just to kind of relax to, and from what I understand, it's just like exploration and completing these simple missions on what is a Mediterranean island. The story, it follows an animal in trouble, and yeah, stunning visuals. I'm hoping to find some sort of almost like lo-fi soundtrack, or at least soothing, and 20% off, that was enough for me, and I'm really looking forward to diving into this one. Alright, so Retro Machina was a relatively recent release and I really enjoyed it. It's only maybe 5 or so hours of gameplay. It's an action kind of adventure hybrid of sorts, so think like exploration, puzzles, and then some minor combat as well. The idea though, you take on the role of a robot thrown out for a malfunction. Now you're on a quest to get repaired. The problem is all the other robots around you see you as some sort of threat. It was the visuals that made me jump in. I love the almost kind of paint style they went for, but I will say, just as kind of a warning, I wouldn't necessarily come here for the combat. It's only a minor mechanic and there's not a ton of depth to it. 40% off though, a great drop in price for what is, as I said, a very new game. Our penultimate game of the week then, ScourgeBringer, and we're dialing up the difficulty here. This is a roguelite action platformer, single screen action, and you essentially move from room to room, and it's going to throw just a ton of enemies your way so you can slash and shoot your way through them. Set in a post-apocalyptic world though, an event destroyed near everything, and you'll fight for what is the redemption of humanity. Again, a warning though, like not an easy game, but it does have a demo on the eShop, so maybe check that out first before you go ahead and, you know, spend your cash on it, even though it is a very nice 30% off. So our second winner of the week then, it's going to the Churchill Review, who's waiting on their first paycheck from a new job to pick up some deals. And yeah, honestly, look, forget the games, congrats on the new job. That is awesome news and I hope it is treating you well. Congrats though, Churchill. Drop me an email to claim your code, and everyone else, remember to drop that comment down below for your chance to win in next week's video. So our final game of the week then, that is Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus, has a massive discount of 70% off. First person shooter fans, this is a must play. Not a small game, you'll need around 23 gig of space, so micro SD here, it is required, but you're out to take down Nazi forces in what is an alternate take on history. Adds in motion controls though, and the locations are just a highlight as you work your way through America. Looks good on the Switch as well, so yeah, it's another quality port, and the action, it's easily some of the best out there. And that's another week down. Will you be adding anything to the library this week, or are you holding onto that cash? There's a lot of big releases coming up over this next few weeks though, so I do imagine some of you are going to be kind of holding back on some of the deals. With that though, like a shout out to the patrons of the channel who are just going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. If you do want to check that out, I've linked it in the video description down below. Then hit subscribe if you love the Switch, as much as we all do here. Join our growing family, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks, everyone.